How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Pilot Patriot channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of portable solar generators. All right, guys, now we've talked about generators and emergency power for grid down situations in the past, and I'll put a link to our review of the Win 11,000 watt dual fuel generator right here at the top of the screen. But the big downfall to traditional generators and those types of power sources is that you have to have fuel to run them. You're going to need gasoline or propane to run something like that. Now, if you really want to level up your preparedness and emergency power, you should really consider some type of solar generator setup. These things can generate an enormous amount of power, and the great thing about it is it can be recharged by the sun. So you ultimately have an endless power source. Now, there are a lot of reasons to have a solar generator like the one you see here. And one, like we mentioned, is for emergency situations when the grid's down, the power's out, and you still need a way to run some lights, refrigerator, charge your phones, coffee maker, anything like that. But something like this, especially the portable versions, can be used for a lot of other things as well. So a lot of guys are going to use these for camping and overlanding and things like that, as well as job site power. So if you work on job sites and you need a power source to run your tools, any situation where you're out and you're away from the grid and you still need power, something like this is great for that, especially the fact that you can charge it throughout the day using just the sun. There are a lot of solar generator options on the market nowadays, so there's a ton to choose from, different sizes, different portability options. But the one that I have here is the Vanpowers Superpower Pro 1500. Now, Vanpowers was nice enough to send this out for me to demo for you guys. So we're going to be using this as our example today, but the concepts we're going to be talking about could be applied to any solar generator setup. Now I'm going to get in here and talk about some of the features of the one that I have here, as well as demonstrate how the solar charging works. And we're also going to power some different things to show you what kind of draw and what kind of run times you're going to get out of something like this. But before we do that, guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Before we get back to the video, I want to talk to you guys about PilotPatriot.com. Now is the time to prepare for more instability in the future. Now, do you have enough emergency food on hand to get you through severe shortages? The fact is that most people don't, and that's why I recommend My Patriot Supply. They are America's largest emergency preparedness company. Their food lasts up to 25 years in storage, so when you need it, it'll be there. And if you act today, you can save $150 on their 3-month emergency food kit. You'll get 3 solid months of breakfast, lunch, dinners, drinks, and even snacks. So when emergencies and shortages happen, you won't go hungry when you have this emergency food. So go to prepwithpilotpatriot.com and save $150 on that 3-month emergency food kit. That's prepwithpilotpatriot.com and get your family's emergency food while you still can. All right, guys, so again, the solar generator I have in front of me here is the Vanpowers Superpower Pro 1500. This has a 1440 watt battery with a running output of 2000 watts. Now that is a ton of power that you can generate from this little box. It has a peak output of 4000 watts. So that's when you first turn something on, you get a spike of power. So this is going to be able to withstand up to 4000 watts of that peak power with a running output of 2000 watts. The overall dimensions of this unit is 17.5 inches long, 10.5 inches wide, and 13.5 inches tall. And it weighs in right around 41.5 pounds. So it's not super light, but it is definitely very portable. You can definitely move this thing around a lot easier than you can some bigger units and traditional generators. Now, Vanpowers also gives you some awesome features to help with that portability. It is going to have wheels here on the back, as well as a telescoping handle, so you can move this around similar to the way you would luggage. This unit does have a lithium iron phosphate battery, so it is going to be super efficient. It's going to be safer than your average lithium ion battery, and it's going to be super fast charging. So one thing that Vanpowers is really proud of with this unit is that this is capable of charging from 0 to 80% at 1800 watts in just 1 hour. Now, talking about the input, you can charge this unit at 1800 watts via the AC input. It's also capable of 600 watts of input using the solar panel. So the one you see here behind me is a 200 watt solar panel. We're going to talk more about that in a minute, but you can run 3 of these together and charge this at 600 watts using just the solar panels. Now let's get in here and take a closer look at the Vanpowers 1500. We'll talk about its features and then we'll demonstrate how the charging works. So let's get to it. All right guys, now let's take a closer look at the features of this generator. First, we're going to talk about the input. So over here on the side, you have a nice access door here that opens up all your inputs. You have 120 volt AC input here and a 60 volt 10 amp solar charging port here. That's where you're going to plug in your solar panels. Now there are several different ways you can charge this. Like I mentioned, you can either plug it into any 120 volt outlet and charge it that way. Also, you can obviously use up to 600 watts of solar panels to charge it. It can also be charged off of a traditional generator as well. Flipping around to the front, let's take a look at the outputs. You can see we have several DC outputs here. You have two 100 watt USB-C outlets, two 20 watt USB-C outlets, and three DC 5521 ports. Now I really like that they included those 100 watt USB-C outlets there. That's going to be great for charging larger items like laptops and things like that. One thing that I don't love about this is that they don't have any regular USB outlets. So Vanpowers' solution to this is just to include some little USB to USB-C adapters that you can use along with these. Flipping over to the other side, we have our AC outputs. We have 6 120 volt plugs as well as one 12 volt cigarette outlet plug here on the bottom. And one thing they did here I think was great is that you can see that these are turned in different directions. So if you have little charging bricks, those aren't going to interfere with each other as you're plugging all this stuff in. Also here on the front, you have a nice large digital display. This is going to give you a lot of information here. You can see nice and big right here in the middle, it's showing you what percentage of power you have left. You also have a display that shows you how many watts of power you're pulling in from whatever your power source is. It's also going to show you how much output power you have, so how much power you're drawing from the unit itself. Of course, you have selector buttons here to choose from AC or DC power. It's going to tell you approximately how much time you have remaining on your battery, and you'll also notice this little Wi-Fi icon here. So this unit is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capable, so you can access it through the Vanpowers app on your phone. That gives you full control of the system. It also has some other options like ambient lighting controls that you can access exclusively through the app. Here on top you have a nice robust carry handle, and like I already mentioned before, you have a telescoping handle and nice heavy-duty rubberized wheels for easy transport. Now just to give you guys some idea of the runtime you can expect while charging different items from this system, with your typical iPhone you can expect 148 recharges, 32 recharges from a laptop. If you're using this to power a CPAP machine, you can expect 42 to 52 hours, 14 to 28 hours with a television, 11 to 22 hours with a 150 watt refrigerator. Now that's a big one. If your power goes out in your house, you want to keep that refrigerator going. This thing could power your refrigerator up to 11 to 22 hours. Now, when you get into some of your higher draw items like blenders, electric drills, saws, and things like that, you get down to like 1.5 to 2 hours. Vanpowers even claims you can charge a Tesla up to 5 miles using just this 1500 Pro system. This system can also be used as a UPS, so you can use this as pass-through power. So if you have this plugged into your 120 volt power source and then you plug your devices into the generator, the power will pass through the generator to power your devices while still charging the generator. And then if for some reason your main power source got cut off, the generator would continue to power whatever item it is. Take a quick look at what it comes with. You have a nice little carrying case for all of your cords. And coming along with this is going to be your cable for connecting your solar panels. You're also going to have a 12 volt cigarette lighter style cord, so you can charge this from your car battery or an inverter or something like that. Then of course your 120 volt charging cable and a couple of USB-C to USB adapters. Now let's take a look at the 200 watt folding solar panel, also from Vanpowers, and most solar generator companies are going to offer their own solar panels as well. But this thing is very nice. You have a little storage compartment here for your cables. Also on the back of each section you have this little fold out kickstand, so you can prop these panels up and angle them for the perfect angle for the sun. Has a nice durable nylon outer coating, and you can see you have some straps here to unfold it. Seems to be very high quality. Nice grab handles here, and 200 watts is a great output for this size of panel. A lot of times with these folding solar panels you're only getting a 100 watt output. With these you're getting a 200 watt output. Now, while it does already fold and pack up nicely with these straps, Vanpowers is also going to give you a nylon carrying case to carry this in as well. This is a monocrystalline solar panel, so it's going to have higher energy conversion rates. It has a compact folding design with kickstands for effortless setup and transportation. These panels are going to be compatible with most solar generators, and they do have an IP65 waterproof rating. Now, I got a few things here that I thought would be some average things you might want to power with something like this. And I know you guys probably can't see the readout on the screen here, but right now it's showing we're not drawing any power from the system. So let's go ahead and plug the cell phone in, get that thing charging. All right, it is charging, and it's showing that that's pulling 8 watts. Have a 20-volt drill battery here. Let's go ahead and get that plugged in. All right, now with the drill battery and the phone, it shows we're pulling 48 watts. Now let's get the laptop plugged in. All right, so off the laptop, drill battery, and cell phone, it's showing we're drawing 146 watts. And at 74%, it's showing we have about 6 hours of run time on these items. Now, this is not much of a test for a system like this. Obviously, it should easily be able to power all of these items. Now, let's give it a try with something a little bit more demanding. All right, guys, now let's really put this thing to the test. I have a portable job site table saw here. Now, if you know anything about table saws, they draw a lot of power, especially when you first turn them on as that motor's kicking up. So let's get this thing plugged in. And honestly, I have no idea if this is going to work. It may trip the system, I don't know. But let's get this thing plugged in and we'll see if it can handle it. All right, we're on to AC power, drawing 0 watts at the moment. Let's turn on the table saw. All right, so it was showing about 1,000 watts of output while running the table saw, and it was showing about 1.8 hours on 73%. All right, guys, that's it for our solar generator. Now, like I mentioned before, my main purpose for something like this would be emergency power. If the grid was to go down or the power to go out, I would still have a way to get power to my essential items. Now, of course, you can do the same thing with gas-powered or propane powered generators, but the main benefit to something like this is the fact that you can charge it with solar power, so you ultimately have an endless supply of power. Now, there are bigger systems out on the market where you can actually stack a few of these together and you could actually power your entire house off of a solar generator. Now, the one we have here, the Vanpowers Superpower Pro 1500, is not designed to do that. This is a portable system. It's going to be great for emergency power as well as camping, overlanding, RVing, job site applications and things like that. And I will put a link to this system from Vanpowers as well as some others in the description below if you want to get one for yourself. I think a solar generator is essential to your emergency preparedness to make sure that you have power when you need it. Especially for long-term situations, there's going to be nothing better than a solar system. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to help support the channel so we can do more videos like this, make sure you check out our links in the description below. We also have a brand new members only subscription service hosted right here on YouTube where you're going to get exclusive access to early release videos like this one. I'll be posting videos at least a week or two in advance for members only. You also get some behind the scenes content, some exclusive product links that aren't going to be posted to my regular videos, as well as some discount codes and things like that. So if you're interested in joining the PilotPatriot crew, I'll put a link to that in the description below. Again, it's a members only service where in exchange for supporting the channel, you're going to get some extra benefits. So if you guys have been interested in solar generator systems, I hope this video helped you out. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stay prepared.